Welcome everyone to the RTV studios on the campus of Martinsville High School for another edition of Inside Martinsville Football here on the MHS Rewind YouTube channel. I'm your host Eric Meyer, joined as always by Artesian head coach Brian Duggar, an extremely happy coach. Brian Duggar, as the Artesians win in advance and play for your in the third straight sectional championship game.
Let's hope third time's a charm this time. A great performance by the kids again. Went 1-0, beat a team we beat earlier in the year. To come back and do that again, it's not an easy task, and they made it look easy at times. But I'm proud of them. We're where we want to be. This is the game we wanted to get back to. We want another shot against this team, and it's a really good team, but we're excited for the opportunity.
The team we're talking about is East Central. The Trojans will host the Artesians in the sectional championship for the second straight year. We'll get to that a little bit later in the show, but let's talk about the Artesians' semifinal win over the Bedford North Lawrence Stars on Friday night at Sidowitz Field. Coach, in a game you score 42 points. I don't know if it's appropriate for me to say you got off to a slow start offensively, but you didn't score in the first quarter, so kind of a slow start offensively. But boy, once you got going, you guys got things going offensively.
Yeah, it was a weird kind of start. They had a good drive to start the game, ate some clock. We had a decent drive and didn't get anything out of it. And kind of once we got the ball back the second time, just kind of seemed like everything was clicking, everything was good. We had anytime you score 40 points, that's a good night. Anytime you get a running clock, it's even better, especially in the playoffs. Get guys out, keep them rested for the next round. But our offense, I thought we played really well. Tyler was phenomenal again. Back-to-back perfect NFL quarterback, 158.3 ratings. How that works, I don't know, but he did it again, which is pretty impressive. And then big nights by Garrett and Braden again. We were clicking on offense, and it was fun to kind of call plays. And I told the paper afterwards, I was kind of talking to them about how there were times we were so in a groove, and Tyler and I were so on the same page that there were times he was calling out plays before I even had a chance to signal them in, because we were kind of on the same wavelength of what we were looking for. So it was a fun night.
Definitely know you have things rolling when things like that happen in the contest. You get up 14-0. Bedford does come back. They score. We knew coming in that Memphis Loudon would be their guy. He's the guy that kind of triggered them then. But, boy, after they scored, you guys respond right back and really never let up.
Yeah, it was kind of big, too, that happened, because we had talked about the energy we had at Greenwood and how we were it was a fun night, a lot of celebrating, a lot of good things going on, almost a perfect night, really. And we talked about carrying that energy over, and there's going to be a point in the game where even though we may be winning or we may be down, we're going to need that energy again. They may have a big play. Can we keep that energy through the big play? And we did. The Loudon kid threw a great ball on a fade, and kid made a good play, and he scored a touchdown there. And our offense just kind of said, okay, let's go. And we scored, I think, 21 points. Right. Boom, 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 and we're up all of a sudden, 35-7 real quick or something like that. So, it was great response by our full team. Offense, once they got the ball back in their hands, is to go down and put the pressure on them.
We talked about it point-wise. You guys put 41 on the board in the opening round against Greenwood, run that clock. You put 42 on the Bedford North Lawrence Stars in the semifinal, run the clock late. But that defense, boy, really playing well here through the first two games.
Yeah, our defense is kind of our unsung hero the entire year. Everybody talks about our offense and our passing attack and all that stuff. And it's funny that, after the game, all the coaches talk about our defense and just how hard they hit and how physical they play and how sound they are. That's what all the coaches say after the little post-game handshake. And they're kind of our unsung heroes. They show up week in, week out, and give us a chance. And if our offense is clicking, we've had some fun and won some games. And it's been hats off to our defense. I'm really proud of them. We talked the first episode of this. We weren't really sure what they were going to be yet. They were a little inexperienced and a little undersized, but each week they just come and fight, and we're really proud of them.
Offense kind of developed into what you believe they've been. The defense a little bit surprised, but really have played extremely well, and it's appropriate we talk about defense. Let's go ahead and roll the highlights here from the contest against Bedford, and a lot of defensive highlights to start things out here against the Stars. As we said, scoreless, a game where you guys get 42 points scoreless in that first quarter, and it's that defense that keeps it like that.
Yeah, Brandon Kent had a great game. He was our DB of the week, and here I think the first 2 or 3 highlights here are Brandon Kent making tackles, and just kind of that was their first drive. They got a few first downs, and then we get a big stop on 4th down, and they come back out again, and again test Brandon Kent, another great tackle there. Just he did his job consistently right every play to start the game, and it makes a big difference. And again, flying in there, it was kind of like he was the guy they were trying to attack, and when he decided that he was going to do his job, it made it real tough for them to be successful.
A little bit of a look at that option you knew that was coming in. This is what you were afraid of, was the fact that Loudon maybe pulls the ball down and runs forward. Devin Brenner right there, the defense helping him out.
Yeah, and he's a great player, good athlete, but he was something we thought he could cause some. He ran pretty well the first time we played him, and we wanted to try and contain him in the pocket there.
That's going to be a recurring theme.
Yeah, a lot of these, a lot of Tyler Garrett. I felt like at some point in time, the old meme of just throw it Tyler or Garrett's down there somewhere was kind of in a play a little bit. But they were awesome. They were on a different wavelength again. They just kind of a couple plays that they even suggested, hey, we like this. Hey, let's do this. I can beat him on this. Just good all-around football from them. And Tyler, again, I think he finished 17-19 for 335 yards and was it 4 touchdowns, 5 I can't remember what it was, but just a great performance. And he's giving me the 4. There you go. Dishing the ball all around, and different guys getting involved, and great catch there by Garrett again. Just we saw some things the first time we played them that on film we thought if they're going to leave Garrett one-on-one, that was a benefit for us. So we tried to get those formation matchups again and kind of dictate that Garrett would get the one-on-one. In the second half, they tried to double him a little bit, which opened up some things you'll see later on for Josh Jones and for Trevor and different guys like that. So just all around, we kind of a good performance. And, part of it starts with the guy with the ball in his hands, Tyler, making good decisions. And good play here by Trevor Hott and our Eagle personnel, our spread package, and coming in and big play there. And this, sequence here of getting a touchdown, getting stops, it kind of became a repeat thing, which really set the tone for the second half.
We mentioned a lot of the passing game, and it's been superb through the first 2 contests all season long, but especially here in the sectional, really clicking. But the running game, again, when you need the yards, Braden Strake been right there for you all season long. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think Braden finished top 2, if not the leader in the mid-state in rushing this year. And everybody talks about our pass game again, that's fine. Just forget about 25 back there, and he'll easily rack up 100, 150 yards if you're not careful. So we'll take what's given to us. We've always done it, and we'll continue to do it, and it's what makes our offense hard to stop at times.
That was a little scary play there. Garrett took a nice shot, but boy, what an unbelievable catch by him on that particular play.
Gets hurt there, comes back in later that series, makes a great catch, a great throw from Tyler, and gets the ball over there and gets a touchdown there. Nice play by Devin Brenner, getting quarterback down in the backfield here. Our defense, again, played really well, flying to the football, having fun. And, again, that's something you're seeing again. You look at these highlights, we're getting guys down, and then all of a sudden guys are coming in, celebrating, having fun, slapping each other on the head. When we play like that, I feel like we're tough to beat.
The water boy slap hands.
Slap hands. Again, another one of those matchups we kind of saw that they were going to struggle with. We get Garrett up the sideline, and I think the kids were suggesting that one, and just kind of worked out really well. And then a little draw action here, sprint draw on the goal line there for Braden Strake to walk in. Nice kick out there by the big guy, Luke Edwards. And again, like I said, a walk-in touchdown. So anytime you have those down there, it's always a good feeling.
This is right in the middle of where you guys are rolling here on the Stars.
And this is, like I said, they made some adjustments at halftime, so we get those points there before the half and come out. And we notice that they're now trying to double Garrett. So now that's going to open up some things for Josh Jones in the middle of the field. And obviously we took advantage of it on that drive. And then they kind of have to go back to the drawing board again and, kind of start over. And really kind of became pick your poison at this point in time.
A touchdown there by Josh Jones, and then we're going to see
nice hold here by Bill Ham with the point. Going to have a conversation about that, but appreciate the confidence there. Bill's done a good job holding this year. We've, last year we felt like that position we struggled a little bit at times, but Bill's done a great job. And anytime you get a kicker like Ethan, you want to make sure you take care of it and have a guy who can put the ball down for him. Don't like to see that too much, but Tyler will do that. Good run there on 4th down, 4th and 5. Kind of made a bad read, but then decided just to take care of it himself, and glad he got that first down.
Lots of cushion out there to Garrett Skaggs. And
beat him over top a couple times. They started backing up, and again, just at this point in time, it was, kind of line up. What are they doing? Okay, this is what they're showing us this time, and we kind of had a handful of things that we really wanted to do, and just overall, everything was pretty much successful.
A couple cracks at it down here before Garrett finally punches it into the end zone, and We started with some defensive highlights, so we're going to wrap this up with some defensive highlights as well, and like we said, appropriate here.
Yeah. Jacob Dillander doing a good job. Jacob's a kid that glad he came out this year. Hadn't played before, but really dialed into learning his craft and doing a good job. And then just seeing the JV guys, Austin Pryor, Cameron Willison coming in here, big tackle for a loss there. Trying to keep those guys out of the end zone late. So just all around, great effort, team win. Both sides of the ball played great, special teams great. We're playing our best football at the right time.
Now this stuff gets real, as they say, coming up.
Each week gets harder.
In sectional championship on Friday night, it's your third straight appearance in a sectional championship game. Hopefully, like you said, third time's a charm. It's the second in a row against a very, very good East Central ball club at their home field. As an East Central team comes in with 2 losses to Cincinnati Moeller. Anybody that knows anything about high school football knows Cincinnati Moeller. Not bad. And Roncalli as well, their other loss, the Roncalli Rebels, who have a tremendous running game. So that's kind of what you face coming up on Friday night down there at East Central. 7:30 kickoff, by the way, at East Central. So get that opportunity to get down there and watch the Artesians if you can. But let's talk about this East Central Ball Club. You basically saw the same team last year. They're young. They're really still young this year. Their core group of juniors are what makes them go. But let's talk a little bit about what we're going to see out of the Trojans on Friday night.
Well, the further you go in this tournament, the harder teams, the better teams are. We're in the Sweet 16, if you will, in the sectional championship, so that's always a big deal. And we're excited for it. It's a great opportunity. They're a great football team. They've got a running back that's maybe one of the best in the state, if not the best in the state. The Ringer kid is really good. He's really fast. He's hard to bring down. He's just a really good football player. Quarterback's not bad. Throws a good ball. Again, another junior kid. Started last year as a sophomore. And they've got 2 or 3 other playmakers as well that are just really talented with the ball. They're good up front. They're sound. They're just a really good football team. They're ranked, I think, 3rd or 4th in 4A. And that's a great ranking. I mean, they deserve it. They're that good. We're up for the challenge, we feel, and we know that it's going to be tough defensively to stop them and to get stops and bring them down. But our kids are up for the challenge. They're always excited for a challenge like that. You look at our schedule and you look at Whiteland. Whiteland's a week where they're rushing for 500 yards a game, and our kids are excited about that opportunity. I mean, you don't really think about that as, hey, it's exciting. We get to go against a really good 500-yard rushing team and really want to stop them. So we take pride in that. And again, it's kind of one of those weeks. You're going up against a really talented offense. Our defense is excited to come out and try and stop them. So
you guys have played pretty well this year with that proverbial chip on your shoulder, and I'm sure you'll take one into the game on Friday night against the East Central Trojans. You talked about them offensively. The guy that makes them go is their running back Ringer with the yards that he has, the home run hitter, if you will. He can take it the distance on any given time in the game. But what are we going to see out of them formation-wise, things they like to do offensively?
Well, they do a lot. They do. They've got some, a spread package. They've got kind of an old-school pro, far near package. They want to hand the ball off to Ringer, whether that's from a spread package, from 2 tight ends, whatever it is. They do some unbalanced formations. They really challenge you. They do a great job of making sure you've done your homework and you're prepared. And at the end of the day, they're going to probably give the ball to 15 and hope he breaks a bunch of tackles and goes 40, 50 yards. And that's what we're going to have to prevent. We're going to have to make them go long drives. We're going to have to make them earn every point, and can't give up the big play. And the teams that have done that, the Moellers and Roncallis, which are really good football teams, have found ways to beat them. So if we're able to do that, I think we can give ourselves a chance to get a W at the end of the night.
Similar, you mentioned Whiteland earlier, and that's what you guys were able to do against Whiteland, contain them and not give up too many of those big plays for the Warriors to have to go yardage after yardage and play after play to get that touchdown. Let's flip it over to the other side of the football now. This is a team, too. They put up a lot of points, but in addition to that, they've been really stout defensively. What are you guys going to see out of them on the defensive side?
Well, they're a 50 defense. They're a 3-4, and they walk everybody up, and they've got 17 guys right there at the part of is 7 guys right there in the box. They do not want you to run the ball. They're going to try and force you to throw it, and they're going to try and get pressure on the quarterback as quickly as they can to help out their secondary. I think they're physical. I think they're talented. I think they've got good size, and I think they like to hit on defense. They're a solid defense. Like you said, they've been dominant. Lots of shutouts this year, lots of one-score games. It's going to be a challenge for our offense. Our offensive line is going to have to play really well. Tyler's going to have to play well, and we're going to have to take what's given to us and just kind of move the ball down the field and put points on the board.
This may be conditioning coming into effect as well, because both of you guys have kind of had games where you've had big blowouts here in the first 2 weeks. Probably not going to be the case coming up on Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. I would anticipate a good game. I would anticipate two teams getting after it. It's two good teams that I would think it's going to be a tight game, and it's going to come down to a play here or there. And I think our schedule's prepared us for that. You look at our schedule and who we've played this year, and the quality of teams, who we beat, even some of just the outcomes. You look at go back all the way to Bloomington South, where they're now 9, 10, and 1, whatever they are, and it's a 28-14 game, but they're still third quarter, fourth quarter. That's a close game. So we've played in numerous close games. We've played in those tight situations, overtime games, final drives. I feel like we're really prepared for this game.
Kind of interesting to look, and you look at your schedule, guys that you beat, teams that you've lost to, they're playing for sectional championships coming up on Friday night. So that speaks to the strength of your schedule, strength to the Mid-State Conference. We'll get to the keys in just a moment. I know you got to think about them, so we'll give you some time to think of it. Let's talk about the travel plans, because it is a little bit different. 7:30 start. It's an 18-hour bus ride down there. It seems like to get there, no easy way. What are you guys going to do when you're leaving, all that good stuff to get down there?
Yeah, travel's not an issue at all with the sectionals, right? We're going to leave a little earlier than we normally do. We'll try and get down there about 5:30. So we'll get out of here as quick as we can. Probably eat on the bus, get a box box lunch to go, and that'll be our pregame meal. And get down there, kind of get our legs loose, start throwing around a little bit, and then get ready to play football. I mean, these guys, they're kids, they're resilient. I mean, if it's me, I'm going to feel like crap for the first 20, 30 minutes when I get off the bus. But these kids are fine. They'll get out there, they'll shake it out, they'll play, they know what's on the line, they know what's at stake, and they just want to go 1-0 and bring a trophy back from St. Leon.
We're going to try to do that here. St. Leon is the destination coming up on Friday night. Get out there. It's going to be a 7:30 kick. If you want to go, still looking to go, I think you've got the fan bus going. I'm going to give the kids on there some free food too, so you can't beat it. Get down there. Bring your money to pay to get in, but support the Artesians. We won't be there, but East Central does a good job on their live stream, so you can catch that on IHSA TV as well, and always will be rooting for the Artesians from afar on that. So let's get to the most important part, the most difficult thing. You struggle every week to come up with these. I know we really pour over these, but what are those keys of the games coming up on Friday?
Well, defensively, it's going to be gap sound and fly to the football, but this week specifically, it's going to be finishing tackles. We got to get the ringer kid down, and we got to make sure he doesn't get extra yards over and over again, because he's really good at breaking tackles. So gang tackling and getting finishing tackles is going to be huge for our defense. And offensively, it's going to be take what's given to us. Whether they're going to give us run looks and we'll run the ball. If they're going to give us pass looks, we're going to throw the ball. We're going to do that all night long. Take care of the football. Our offensive line is going to have to play really well. They're a good front, and we're going to have to keep 17 standing up so we can make some plays if they're going to dare us to throw the ball.
All right, Coach, we appreciate it. As always, join us. Good luck down there on Friday night.
I appreciate it.
That's Artesian head coach Brian Duggar here inside Martinsville football. The Artesians in their third straight sectional championship game, like Coach said earlier. Let's hope this time, third time is the charm for the Artesians as they travel down to St. Leon to battle the East Central Trojans. A tremendous opportunity. Should be a fantastic matchup on Friday night. Get out there, support the Artesians. 7:30 kickoff. Get on the fan bus if you're a student and can ride. Otherwise, just get out there and support the Artesians. Like we said, if you can't get there, you can still watch the live stream from East Central on IHSA TV. As always, like to thank the head coach for coming in, for the head coach Brian Duggar, along with the quarterback room, QB1 Tyler Atkins, QB2 Bo Dilley, who helped produce it. I'm Eric Meyer. We'll see you again next time inside Martinsville football.